Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Kid Life. My name is Akhil Atyam. So in the previous video, we have learned some basic programming in Scratch. In this video, we're going to be learning about the if concept. What is the if concept? It is basically if something happens, do this. Let's say when you see a great deal, always go for it and buy it, which you really should. So let's get started. Let's create another project. And here we are. Your little kitty cat. You can click delete on this kitty cat. And there's one more thing I have to tell you called a backpack. In the backpack, you can drag and drop things and save them for later. Like if I just drag this switch backdrop to backdrop 1, you can see it's now saved. And if I drag it here, it's right there. Let me just delete this. You can right click and click delete to remove it. But right here, I have a polar bear. The polar bear is not really visible. So let's choose a backdrop. Let's see here. Let's put an Arctic. Before we go even further, let's quickly see what we'll be making today. So as you can see, it's a small game. We've got a polar bear. He can move around. When he eats this mysterious apple, he grows huge. So let's make that. That's our little polar bear. The reason why I had to take it out of my backpack is because when you go to choose a sprite and type bear, you can see there's a polar bear already, but I like the skin of this bear. So I had to choose this and modify it a lot. Currently the size is 50, and let's get started with the code. Let's let our usual green flag click and forever loop, and let's flag out an if block. An if block has a little shape inside of it. In that shape, you can drag out some blocks and place them there. What blocks am I talking about? I'm talking about sensing blocks like is touching, operators like equals and or we will all learn these. But now we're currently looking for if keys pressed. So you can see right here we got that block. You can fit it perfectly in here. Click on the drop down and you'll see you have lots of keys. Every single key except enter tab, caps lock, etc. etc. We want to get a right arrow and go to motion and move 10 steps. Click the flag. You can see that yes, the pair is moving. If we right click on the top, duplicate, go right here and click left arrow. We might want to drag this polar bear as we didn't put a 00 yet. You can see even though I'm pressing the left, the polar bear is moving the same direction. So how can we avoid that? Simple. Just get a pointing direction for the right arrow 90 and for the left arrow negative 90. As simple as that. Except the polar bear does not look very realistic. Just sliding on ice forever. We can just go to our looks and get next costume. Okay, you can see the bear currently super hyperactive. I think he had too much coffee, even though polar bears don't drink coffee. So now when we start, you can see we got a hyperactive polar bear running around. He's just jumping on ice like crazy. So how do you avoid that? Go to control, drag a weight. It's not going to be 1 second every time like this. It's just going to be 0.01. This will slow down enough even though it's just a fraction of a second. As you can see, it looks much better than what we had as trading polar bear. So same here. Let's start again. You can see now we have a polar bear that's running around happily. Yay! So now let's add some other things. First of all, we got this polar bear walking around here in the screen. But before anything else, we want to put go to x 0, y -30. As you can see, we got a little polar bear again. If it was 0, 0, sometimes it would just walk on water, which is not realistic. Now we want the mysterious apple. But the mysterious apple is going to be pretty close. So we might want to put x -100. We might want to make it, oops, not x pointing direction, 90 in starting, as you can see. Now let's choose the sprite. We got an apple right here. Let's drag out our usual again, this time with an if. Go to sensing, drag out our touching. Right now it's touching mouse pointer. For now it will be that, but when I put a hide here, you want to put a show at the top, or else we're going to have missing things. What I mean missing, when you hover your mouse over, it'll never come back until you have a show. So let's hover our mouse over this and poke. You can see the apple just disappeared. No graphic effect. The apple, I just poked the apple and it's gone. Poke. But the apple is way, way, way too big, and now it's bigger than a polar bear, which is completely illogical. So now we have an apple. Let's add some crazy effects. Too fast. Color shifting apple. Great. Currently nothing happens. Polar bear. As you can see, when you click this, it's currently gone. Oh, now we got it. So, polar bear sniffing it and chomp. Nothing happened yet. So what we want to do for this, add another if. All about is. So we go to sensing, if is touching apple, then we want it to grow. Change size by 20. So now if you see, let's take a polar bear. Sneak up and got giant polar bear. Super giant polar bear. If you notice, it kind of looks like a green apple, then a red apple, then sometimes a yellow apple. Lots of apples. Some apples are non-existent, like this uh, blue apple, which, yes. So let's rename this polar oops, apples to make it look more like polar apples. Let's go to the costumes. Just get out a circle tool. Let's go to the outline and click X right here. We don't want an outline fill. We want the saturation to go 0. We might want to delete this as. Before we do that, we have to ungroup it because it's all grouped up. You can see right now the apple does not have a shine. It's just normal apple. So we can add some snow to it like this. Currently, the snow does not look normal, but wait, also you might want to delete the outline of this. Let's ungroup all this stuff and let's delete you. Now, as you can see, that's gone. We can ungroup that too. Well, actually, I don't think that looks good. Oops. Let's rewind. Yes, now we got that back. We can go to our modify tool or the shape tool. Let's add some frost to it. Add some small dots here and there. Add a large one here or a super large one. This one covering a lot of the snowy apple. Let's add a little bit to the stem. Not really a stem. And then let's give this polar bear an apple on a plate. How do we do that? Just make another square right here. It's a little hard to see. And we can duplicate it if we select. Yes, copy and paste right here. As you can see, this little turn handle. When you turn it, you can see right here. And if we do it again, actually, there is another method to it. Currently, the polar bear just ate an apple. Polar bear decides to eat an apple. So now let's copy and paste it. We want to try to align this as perfect as possible. So as you can see, oops. Now the polar bear has lost interest in the apple. The polar bear became big. And now let's flip horizontal. Yeah, the bear just finished eating that apple and now he's trying to escape us, but he can't because of band-aids. Looks like a good enough plate. Just snowy plate. So let's full screen this and click play. Now one thing I noticed, the polar bear isn't resetting its size, so we better do that before we get giant polar bears that cover the screen and the game is no more available to work well. Let's set size to 50 right here. We shrunk him and he became bigger. He's happy eating stuff. So one thing I want to show you guys is if you right click and click duplicate, we can of course make two polar bears. Then that means we have to put this apple at 0 actually, and then y negative 30. Also, it appears like I did not go to x and y. There we go. You cannot see the other polar bear because it's stuck inside the other polar bear. Or I mean the other polar bear is polar bear 2. It is polar bear 2 like this, but let's put a space. This is not supposed to be negative. I mean, negative 100. It's supposed to be 100, not 90, negative 90. But as you can see, oh yeah, forgot about that. Hmm. We got a giant polar bear issue. So this is supposed to move by watched keys, but currently it's A and D, so A is supposed to move left, so we're supposed to find D. Oh, I'm going to show down and A. So if I check now, A, D, yes, it's working. Yes, one polar bear saying to the other, "You eat it." This polar bear becoming bigger than the screen. After one point, he can't become bigger, and his little brother's stuck. So his little brother eats it. And we gotta change that. Polar bear 2. So now if we check where's the apple, we have to click flag again. Sniff sniff. Nom nom. Sorry, polar bear 2 can't eat anything. But this is just a basic game. We'll be getting much more advanced in future episodes. But still, polar bears do like apples, especially rainbow frosted apples. Okay, so that's it for this video. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe for more videos. Plus, if you hit the notification bell, you'll never miss out on another video again. So, see you in the next video. Goodbye!